time, I kind of recognize why I'm so much in love with motorcycle. Because actually, there are very few, if anything, products that can make you this kind of experience. You are in the world, in a world of beauty. You have a 360-degree experience because you feel 5 senses. So you feel the hot and the cold. You smell the smell of the place, and actually you are completely into the world. And so, and actually this video, in my opinion, shows really how much you can, in a relaxed way, enjoy what you have around and enjoy motorcycling. So that was just my thought. But let's move to the next product, which is kind of mythological for us, because it's not only a product, it's a brand on itself inside Ducati. And there was a kind of an advertisement, kind of 15 years ago or so, that was saying, how many bikes can you tell apart without reading the brand of the motorcycle on the fuel tank? Some one of you may remember that, and that is because the shape of the motorcycle have been unchanged for so many years, and it's so distinguished. These motorcycles speak about essentiality and together with sporty attitude. This motorcycle is the Ducati Monster, and we want to show you the last edition of this Monster. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new Ducati Monster 1200S, and it's a new edition because we changed so many components from the standard one that actually it's difficult to consider if it is a facelift as it was intended or it is a completely new bike. Actually, we started from the idea that we wanted to get back from the very original concept of Monster, part of the sporty feeling, part of this small and compact dimension feeling that somehow was not so strong in the current model. To kind of make a sign in this coming back to its root, we even put as a fixing point of the tank, as you see on the image on my shoulder, a kind of a hook of a ski boot, which was typical of the original Monster of the 90s. With this in mind, we can say that the new bike have been updated in design. Every component you see is new. Fuel tank, seat, headlight, everything is new. It's new proportion because everything is smaller, as we'll see. It's an evolved engine, which is improved over the current one, and it's a full developed electronic. So it's a full package that makes just more Monster and just better because they've been updated on every component. Just a few details on the compact dimension. We wanted to make the bike quicker in turning, and so there is a shorter wheelbase, something like 26 millimeters shorter, in order to be a quicker handling. But we wanted to make it to look smaller when looking at that. And so when you look from the top, for example, the rear seat and the tank are visibly smaller than the current Monster. The heart of the motorcycle is the 1211 degrees in its best form, 150 horsepower, and almost 13 kilograms of torque. And even more important on this number is that the torque is available above 10 kilograms from 3,000 to 10,000 RPM. So again, a very flat torque curve in order to enjoy the typical two-cylinder behavior. The 150 horsepower means 15 horsepower more than the current Monster Standard and 5 horsepower more than the current Monster S. A very important feature, it's also the quick shift that for the first time will be landing on the Monster area. So the Monster 1200 will be equipped with the quick shift up and down without using the clutch, which will be available both on standard and S, even if on standard will be not a standard equipment. The headlight, as we have seen, is new, completely redesigned, and also the color display. It's a completely updated panel. So it's an updated panel, which is very nice and very modern, but also report a higher number of information. For example, the gear indicator was not present and now it is, and also the fuel level indicator is present on the new panel. So not only the graphics is more modern, but also it provides a higher and more complete set of information. Single-sided swinging arm is very typical of a Ducati and have been completely redesigned in order to shorten the wheelbase. And the Ducati safety pack is in its best form here because the bike is equipped with the cornering ABS. Most of you that tested the difference between a standard ABS and cornering ABS can tell how big is the difference in terms of safety. As we will see in a while, safety is a very important feature of the brand value now. And so we wanted to offer to our best customer, the customer that really like one of the icon of our brand, which is the Monster, the highest level of possible safety. So the bike is equipped with the IMU, the inertia measurement units, that can measure on the bike the leaning angle. It's an expensive sensor, but make possible for the ABS to change the setting while the bike is leaned or when the bike is fully vertical. And so if also there is, or even there is a panic stop with the bike fully leaned and you have a very hard pull of the brake, with the cornering ABS, you feel safe. And of course, the physics will not change. So the bike will run a bit wide on the corner, but will not crash. And that's very, very important. Very important also because it's an important improvement over the current model. This Monster features a separated foot pegs for passenger and for the rider, and it features the high-mounted number plate for a more sporty-oriented looking. When we sum all together, we see how much the bike has changed from the current version, and how much will be interesting actually to test and to feel the improvement we have made on the motorcycle. But the bike we see here is not the Monster Standard, that are all the features that we have described so far, but it's a Monster S. The Monster S is a typical S Ducati, different mainly in higher quality component, mainly suspension. So All-ins front, All-ins rear shock are present in this motorcycle, but as often is the case, also the braking system has a strong update. In this case, the front braking system is based on the 330mm disc with the M50 Brembo caliper that makes it the strongest braking system available on two wheels. So again, Ducati is distinguishing by offering its customer the best possible braking system. Also, the wheels are different on the S because are Y shapes and there's different graphics. And the headlamp is equipped with a daytime running light. So with a system that will make, even during the day, a very clear picture that makes the bike recognized from the front in a very distinguished way. And here, there is a recap of all the features on the S model. As a color palette, the S will be available on